Good evening and welcome out to Rocky Mount Sports Complex. I am Coach Chris in name only. We got Coach Eli on here with us as well.
How you doing? Great to be here.
Trying to get the audio to make sure everything's working correctly here. I think it is. All right, Canes East-Neely taking on Joco 14U tonight. Canes will be the visiting team as we get ready to get underway here. Starting things off at the plate will be number 5, Makai Gibbs. On deck, number 13, Jake Zambardino, as we get ready for first pitch. And I need to get 6:22 is our start time.
Somewhere around there, I suppose.
We'll go with it. It is a nice 85 degrees out here. Wish you were here.
Well, I'll tell you this, Chris. We should, if we could hit some balls today, we should be able to. We should be able to put this team away. I think we got the superior talent here. I'm not going to lie.
All right, first pitch getting ready to come down the pipe. Makai steps in from the left side. We are sitting down the third base line, so don't have a behind-the-plate view for you. So pitcher looks in, be a righty-righty matchup to get things started here. He comes set, first pitch. In there for a strike, 0-1's the count.
Chris pointed out to me earlier that when Makai gets on base, we tend to do very well. And so this is an important at-bat for us.
The 0-1 offer. Catches in there for strike 2. So this field, we are at the Rocky Mount Complex, 325 all the way around, left, right, and center. Deep backstop here. The 0-2 offer. That'll sell high. 1-2 the count. This is the first game for Canes East there in the Top Gun Winter World Series. Slated to play again at 8 o'clock in the morning. Pitch home. Lays off of it, just does miss. That'll even the count, 2-2. Interesting stat for those of you watching at home that I looked up this week. When Makai gets on, we are 100% in wins so far this fall season. That one a miss, and he's worked it from an 0-2 to a full count.
Didn't see anything but fastballs here. I assume he's going to get it again.
Full count, and Makai calls time. Makai does a good job of calling time in the box, working on his time, not the pitcher's time. Pitcher's got his sign. He comes set to pay off pitch. And goes down looking, one away.
Kind of not sure what we were looking for there, but he'll figure it out as the game goes on.
So that'll bring up number 13, Jake Zambardino. He digs in from the right side. Righty-righty matchup here. Pitcher's got his sign. He comes set. Pitch home. Drills that one just past the shortstop, and that'll be a base hit to get things started for Jake.
I really think that's what we got to do. This mound is pretty flat. You're going to see some good pitches coming in. Last week's mound was a significantly higher angle.
Yeah, it was a lot more of an angle for him. That's going to bring up number 10, Eli Suggs. Not to be confused with Eli Havaskis on the call.
If I hit like Eli Suggs, we wouldn't be here. I'd be in the show.
Eli digs in from the right side. Jake gets checked on over at first. He's back in plenty of time.
So we missed Eli last game. I have a feeling that's a tough one to make up. So we're glad to have him back.
Eli looking for his first pitch. Here it is. Swing and a miss. Came up empty. 0-1's the count. The one away here in the top of the first. Number 3, your catcher, Bryson Nelson, awaits on deck.
Coach Darren playing that one a little conservative there. I wonder if he calls a steal here. See if we can get Jake moved to second.
Pitcher comes set, checks Jake at first. He'll pick over to first, not in time, back in plenty of time.
Looks like Jake could get another 3 feet there.
I don't know who's colder out here, the Mamas or the field umpire. He is.
He is bundled.
The 0-1, Jake's gone. Swing and a miss, comes up empty, throw down to second, not in time, and Jake is on with a stolen base. So the one thing that you worry about is he comes up empty on strike two. The one thing you worry about with this team, and we struggle with, is slow pitching. Eli digs in, moves to the front of the box here with the 0-2 count. Goldberg, the pitcher for Joco, takes a look at Jake. Second baseman holding him on. He bounces off, pitch home, pops it up, and that'll get out of play, and he'll live to see another one.
I feel it's just a matter of time before he times one up here, though.
Goldberg checks Jake. Second baseman checks in on him. Holding him at second. Bounces off, pitch home. And comes up empty. Swings at a high one, 2 away. So that'll bring up number 3, Bryson Nelson. That'll put number 6, Colson Gay, on deck. Bryson swinging a hot bat this fall. Digs in from the right side, middle of the box. Jake with his lead at second. Goldberg takes a look at him. Comes set. The pitch. And he's going to wear that one. He'll take a hit by pitch. That'll put runners at first and second with 2 away here in the top of the first. And so he'll go touch first base. They'll get a runner in for the catcher.
You better check Bryson for internal injuries on that one. I don't know. It was. Didn't even flinch.
Runners at first and second. Second baseman holding Jake. Pitch home. That'll miss low for a ball. 1-0's the count.
Colson Gay was our kryptonite last week as he shut us down. But we converted him to the dark side, apparently.
The 1-0. And that's going to hit him in the back, so he's going to have back-to-back hit by pitch. That's going to put runners at first, second, and third. That'll bring out a runner for the pitcher. So with bases juiced and 2 away, that's going to bring up number 2, Lucas Neely, and put number 11, Davis Whitley, on deck. That puts Jake at third. Is that Eli? Eli at second. And then Mackay at first. Eli running for Bryson, Mackay running for Colson. Lucas digs in. And Lucas was complaining of some wrist pain earlier during batting warm-ups. Bases juiced, 2 away, pitch home. That misses low for a ball. 1-0's the count.
If Lucas can get this out into the outfield, you're going to score 2. Eli's very fast, and Mackay will be on third, I imagine. So there's not even anyone holding him on, so that is down.
Down the first base line. Just he calls it fair. That dropped fair. Lucas trying to unhook the trailer, and Mackay coming home, and a bases clearing double for Lucas Neely puts the Canes on the board 3-0 here in the top of the first with 2 away.
It looked foul to me, too.
Well, we're sitting down the third baseline, and you won't hear me say it much, but the umpire has a better view than we do.
Definitely does. Well, it was a timely hit. He's been pretty hot the last few at-bats. Last game and this game.
He was 2 for 2 last Sunday. As he dances off a second, first pitch in the dirt to Davis. Number 14, Maddox Stanley, awaits on deck. 1-0's the count.
He's the birthday boy, so maybe it has something to do with that.
Davis digs back in. Pitcher looks in, gets his sign. He comes set. Second baseman holding Lucas on. The 1-0. A little toe tapper down the third base line. Roll foul. That'll even the count. 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Goldberg digs in for Joco. Lucas with his lead. 2 away, pitch home. Sails high, 2-1's the count. So as the Canes do, 3 runs on 2 outs. They're a 2-out rally team. The 2-1. Misses in the dirt. 3-1's the count.
Well, you walk batters or hit them. I mean, it just extends the inning, and eventually you're going to get it. Someone's going to find some grass, and that's what happened to the Joco pitcher here.
Goldberg takes a breath, a 3-1 offer. And that's going to miss low and put Whitley on. So he'll draw the base on balls. That'll put Lucas at second, Davis at first, and bring up number 14, Maddox Stanley. Stanley will dig in from the right side. Number 12, Mason Brown, awaits on deck. Maddox moves up. Front part of the box. First baseman and second baseman holding their respective runners. Big gap in the 4-3. That'll miss in the dirt. 1-0's the count.
I'm really 100% sure why the first baseman would be holding him on there. That's opening that gap, like you said.
Yeah, big gap. Go a little Oppo Taco here. You're liable to plate at least one, possibly two. The 1-0. That'll miss high. 2-0's the count. So 2 balls, no strikes. Pitch home. And that'll miss low. And hitters count here to Maddox.
Yep. There you go, Maddox.
Pitcher's got his sign, the 3-0 offer.
That'll do.
That drops in there for the ceremonial 3-0 strike 1. And he was taken all the way there. The 3-1. Down the third base line into the glove of the third baseman. He'll step on third, and that'll get him out of the inning. But not without the Canes putting up a 3 spot. We go to the bottom of the first. 3-0 your score. You're watching Canes baseball here on the Two Dad Sports Network. We'll be back right after this. All right, welcome back as we go to the bottom of the first. Canes put up 3-0 your score here in Rocky Mount. We'll give you a defensive alignment here. Working left to right, Lucas in left, Mackay in center, Mason Brown in right from third to first. Maddox at third, Jake at short, Davis at second, Eli Suggs at first. Starting on the mound for the Canes will be number 6, Colson Gay. His battery mate behind the plate, Bryson Nelson. First pitch in from Colson. Sells high for a ball, 1-0's the count.
Let's see if Colson can stay hot that he was last weekend when we couldn't touch him.
The 1-0 offer. Fouls it back and out of play. That'll even the count, 1-1.
Man Green up here with the full face mask.
The 1-1. That'll miss inside. 2-1's the count. Colson going with the no sleeves. Roped in between the 5-6 hole to Lucas, and he'll reach with a leadoff single to get things going for Joco. That'll bring up number 7, Miller, to the plate with 1 on, nobody out.
Good little hit there. Found the hole. It was so fast those guys didn't even move.
So number 7 will dig in from the right side. Righty-righty matchup here. Runner gets his lead at first. Eli Suggs holding him on. Colson comes set. Pitch home. Misses for a ball. 1-0's the count. The 1-0 offer. Runner's gone. Breaking ball, and he's going to wear it, so he'll reach on a hit by pitch. And that'll put runners at first and second. Nobody out here in the bottom of the first.
Friday night. Kids are starting off a little wild.
Hey, Maddox touching 3, going 1.
We're not used to pitching at weekday evenings, I guess. We got to loosen up a little bit.
Friday school day. Come home and take the 45-minute trip from Pitt County to Rocky Mount for the game.
I do believe Colson lives up here somewhere. I'll have to find that out. So he might not have had to travel so far. But
next batter steps in from the left side. Pitch home. Sails high for a ball. 1-0's the count. Colson trying to find his groove. A little frustration. Evidently another Eli playing ball as he ropes that one to Davis. Davis will take the sure out at first. 1 away.
It's the only play he had there. Kind of fielded that wild off his glove there. It was fortunate it didn't bounce away because he kind of held it on the edge of his glove there, it looked like.
So 1 away, that'll move runners into scoring position for Joco as they go second to third respectfully. That'll bring up number 2 as he digs in from the right side. Colson takes a look at the runner at third, comes home, delivers, swings through it, comes up empty. 0-1's the count.
Strikeout here would be huge so we could avoid the grounder into the run here. They do have this kid on third is fast.
Gay comes set, the 0-1 offer. And he steps off. Batter digs back in, right side. Gay comes.
Here you go, Colson.
Temperatures dropped. It's about 78 degrees now here in Rocky Mount.
78.
The 1-1. That'll miss high. 2-1's the count.
Here you go, Colson.
Kind of either want to strike this guy out or let him have the base to set up the force, I suppose. But
The 2-1 offer. And that'll miss low and away. 3-1's the count.
Hey, battle back right here, Colson.
So 3 balls, 1 strike. Pitch home. And that'll miss, and he'll draw the base on balls. And bases are juiced with 1 away.
I do imagine that mound is giving him a little bit of fits because that mound is significantly different than last week's mound. It's just, and if we've not played in Rocky Mount all this time, I think this is a thing.
Well, it's a short mound.
It's very short and it's flat.
His landing foot is landing right at the end of it.
And he's a tall kid.
So number 13 digs in from the right side. Gay looks in, comes set. Bases juiced, 1 away. Pitch home. Just missed low. 1-0's the count. The 1-0.
There you go.
In there for a strike. That'll even the count. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Here you go, Colson. Hey, keep working right here. You good?
Pitch home. Swings through it. Comes up empty. 1-2 the count.
Colson. Come get it. You good?
We work ahead here.
Colson's got to sign the 1-2 offer. And that'll miss inside. That'll even the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Here you go, Colson. Right here, buddy.
Batter has a weird, he calls time with his hand to us, but not to the umpire so much.
Colson takes a breath, the 2-2. And foul tips it to stay alive.
Almost as if he's telling us to stop talking for a second there.
He might be.
Might be.
So he'll do it again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. And he'll go down looking.
2 down.
Big strikeout.
So with 2 away, infield will drop back to their normal positions. That'll bring up number 30 to the plate. He steps in from the right side. Bases juiced, 2 away. Pitch home. In there, catches the inner half for a strike. 0-1's the count. Colson toes the rubber. Pitch home, misses away. Deep play, no play at the plate, and a run will score on the pass ball. 3-1 the score now here in the bottom of the first.
A little different. We've been playing out at Wayne County Fields, and they've got the really close backstop. Now we got to be a little more careful there, I think. But
yeah, that what is it? Field 1 there has absolutely no backstop to it there whatsoever. So a little bit more to play with here.
And a backstop like pad back there too, which is different than the concrete at the previous field we were at.
Colson's got his sign. He comes set for the 1-1. In there for a strike. 1-2's the count.
He's kind of found his groove with the strikes. That's good.
That one cut right across the outside part of the plate. Bottom just fell out of it. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 away, 2 runners on. Pitch home. Off speed, goes down looking. They push 1 across, they leave 2 stranded. We go to the top of the second. You're watching Canes Baseball here on the 2 Sports Network. We'll be back right after this. All right, welcome back to Rocky Mount. We go to the top of the second. Canes hold a 3-1 lead over Joco baseball. Leading things off this half inning will be number 12, Mason Brown. Number 7, Ander Hibascus awaits on deck. And number 1, Miller Stanley in the hole. New pitcher in for Joco. Number 7, Miller will come in to toe the rubber. Warm-up pitches showed a little bit more velocity than the starting pitcher, so we'll see how that affects the lineup here.
Miller did take the pitch in the back in the first inning, so it's perhaps he's got some deep bruising that we were not aware of. It might affect his accuracy.
Brown digs in from the left side, righty-lefty matchup as we get underway here in the top of the second. He's got his sign. Pitch on. Ball sails high, 1-0's the count.
This is a much more appealing speed to these kids, I believe. I'm going to guess.
The 1-0. In there for a ball. 2-0's the count. And the pumpkin chants have started.
Hey, just because Halloween's passed doesn't mean we can't still.
The 2-0. And he'll look at a strike. 2-1's the count. And that one called. The outer half, we'll call it. Camera's set off to a bit of an angle. The 2-1. And ropes it past the first baseman. And he's hustling, and he'll reach with a single to get things started. That one come off the end of the bat pretty hot. And leadoff runner on. And that's going to bring up number 7, Ander. He'll dig in. Another lefty from the left side.
It's a good piece of hitting by Mason there.
It is. He pulled
that
that all the way around.
Like some sort of changeup or something he threw there, as that wasn't the same fastball. And he got out in front of it, but he's put enough on it to.
I might actually let him ride inside without the windows being down on the way home.
Hey, man, it's about time. We've been politicking you for a while on that.
That'll put Miller on deck as Ander shows bunt, pulls back, takes the strike, throw down to second, not in time. Don't know what kind of slide that was, but it'll work. So a stolen base for Mason there.
Here we go, Andre.
So runner in scoring position as Ander comes set. He was showing bunt to allow the runner to advance. The 0-1. And comes up empty. 0-2's the count.
Ander's trying to pull everything. I don't know. If he tries to stay on it, he'll hit it. But
no balls, 2 strikes. Mason with his lead. Shortstop checking in behind him. Pitch home. Lays off of it. 1-2's the count. Mason with his lead at second. Shortstop holding him on. Pitcher looks in, gets his sign, checks the runner. Shortstop bounces off. Pitch home. Breaking ball stayed elevated. And he's worked it to a 2-2 count here. Mason with his lead. Shortstop. Full count. Number 1, Miller Stanley awaits on deck. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Runner in scoring position. Payoff pitch. That'll miss low, and he'll draw the walk. So the leadoff 2 batters on. And that'll bring up number 1, Miller Stanley, and put number 5, Mekhi Gibbs, on deck.
Let's see if Miller can stay hot. He had that good line drive last week.
Miller gets his sign from Coach Darren down the third base line. Runners do as well. Second baseman holding Mason on. First baseman, for some reason, holding Ander on.
They like to hold the trailing runner, man.
Long look from the pitcher. Pitch home. Pops it up a mile high down the first base line. Could be trouble. Stay on the bag and loaded. That was Lucas hit all over again. And that's why you never give up on it. Ander had to hold up because the first baseman about made the grab. And bases juice, nobody out. Top of the lineup, number 5, Makai Gibbs, going to dig in from the right side. That'll put number 13, your shortstop, Jake Zambardino, on deck.
Well, first baseman could have made the play, and then he could have made a better throw there. I'm surprised it was a little off, but you have that guy. You have the runner.
Makai digs in. 0-1 on the day so far. And Miller dancing at first, trying to get his leg guard off. Pick attempt.
Back picked. Coach Phillip over there catching leg guards, coaching him to come back.
Makai digs in, right side, bases juice, nobody out. Top of the second. Kane's threatening.
Ander's right on top of third base, basically. This is wild.
And that one misses low. 1-0's the count.
Single's easily going to score 2 here.
Pitcher looks in, gets his sign. Comes set for the 1-0. Third baseman holding Mason on. Pitch home. Good cut. Comes up empty. That'll even the count. 1-1. That ball just tailed as it cut across there. The 1-1. Misses high. 2-1's the count.
Seemingly so far, I believe the umpire's called a decent game. He hasn't. The strike zone doesn't seem mysterious.
I'm surprised the field umpire can see anything. He is bundled up, isn't he?
And he's just stationary. Right there. Just angry to be here.
Time called in the box by Makai as he steps out.
2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike. Miller at first, Ander at second, Mason at third. Nobody out. Pitch home. And looks at strike 2, and that'll even the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Watching the delayed replay here. It's in there, in her half. 2-2. You feel like if Makai could just pull one of those insides with the third baseman holding us, although shortstop's making a just a bit high. Mason didn't have a good jump. And he holds off. Full count.
Thought Mason with his speed would be there. I was like, I'm expecting him to be booking it down the line.
Yeah, I thought he'd be there too, unless he thought maybe he was going to catch it. I don't know. Full count, bases juiced. Makai looking to do damage. And pitcher steps off. As time was called by Makai in the box again. Makai digs back in. Pitcher comes set. Full count. Payoff pitch. And comes up empty. 1 away. Just an off speed. Looking fastball. How to bring up number 13, Jake Zambardino. He got the first hit of the game to get things started here. Looking to continue that run. Not that one. It's going to miss high and inside. 1-0's the count.
You good, Jake?
Miller at first, Ander at second, Mason at third. 1 ball, no strikes. Pitcher steps off.
Jake's still recovering from Halloween. His neighborhood hosts thousands of revelers in Greenville.
Pitch comes set, the 1-0. In there for a strike. That'll even the count, 1-1.
You good, 13? You got it, Jake?
And that one just broke in there. It's a nasty off-speed pitch. I will say the pitcher's doing a good job mixing up his velocities there. That one will miss. 2-1's the count.
A little outside.
You good, Jake?
Two balls, 1 strike. Pitcher's got his sign. First baseman, third baseman holding their runners.
I'm not 100% sure why the pitcher keeps looking to check the runner at first, though. It seems distracting him, and he's not going anywhere. So, guess they got some third to first play going on here.
The 3-1 to Jake. And takes strike 2 to work the count full.
Jake didn't like that call. Yeah, it's probably outside there. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's close. I don't know.
Full count. Bases juiced. One away. Payoff pitch. And that'll sell high and walk in a run. 4-1 your score. And that'll bring up number 10, Eli Suggs.
Oh.
And time called on the field. So meeting at the mines for the Joco pitcher and a coach here. That will put Ander at third, Miller at second, and Jake at first, with number 10, Eli Suggs, stepping up to the plate. Number 3, the catcher, Bryson Nelson, will await on deck as umpires walk out to break up the meeting.
Our research department just found out that Mason hurt his knee opening the door.
He did at school today.
This seems like information that would have been...
I've never known a kid to get hurt as much as he does by the dumbest ways possible. I was like, how did you hurt? He was limping coming out of school today. I said, how did you hurt your knee? He's like, I opened the door and hit myself in the knee. I'm like,
hey, things happen, Dad.
I said, all right.
Well, good call in the information department. We had a good interview on the sideline there.
So after the meeting, we'll get back to it here. Bases juiced. Ander at third, Miller at second, Jake at
to Eli, it's going over the outfielders' heads.
outfielders playing shallow,
Very
center
shallow.
fielder especially. Pitch home.
Well,
Pops out when foul, went down to get it. 0-1's the count.
this is the right speed for Eli, and see if he can lay off the high fastballs and find the good one here.
No balls, 1 strike. Pitch home.
Oh, he's
Got under that one, and then down the first base line it goes again. Could be trouble. Second baseman makes the grab in foul territory. Anders going to tag up. He's going home. Play at the plate, not in time. Both runners trail.
Well, that was a good little base running operation there. Darren had him tagging up smartly. That second baseman almost ran into the fence and had a tough throw home. And Eli scores a run on a foul ball that he's not happy with, but he'll take the RBI.
He doesn't like it, but technically I guess you could call it a sac fly. That'll bring up your catcher, number 3, Bryson Nelson. As he digs in. Number 6, the pitcher, Colson Gay, waits on deck. Runners at second and third. 2 away.
Bryson was hot in the cage earlier. Let's see if he can touch one up here.
That one misses for a ball. 1-0's the count. So 1 ball, no strikes. Miller dancing off a third. Pitch home. That'll miss inside. 2-0's the count.
So one interesting tidbit about this tournament is this is a BB Core only bat tournament. So we're not going to see as many juiced shots. However, I will say that Bryson and our big boys can lace these balls.
And he'll call that one at the knees. 2-1's the count.
It seemed a little low.
Looking at the delayed replay here. It's kind of hard to see there. The 2-1. Sells high and inside. 3-1's the count. Hitters count here to Bryson.
You good, Bryson?
Pitcher's got his sign. He comes set to 3-1 offer. Drills it down the third base line. Couple more across. 5-1 your score. We go to the bottom of the second. You're watching Canes Baseball here on the Two Dad Sports Network. We'll be back right after this. All right, welcome back to Rocky Mount. Bottom of the second we go. 5-1 your score here. Canes with a 4-run lead. Defensively, Andrew goes to third. Jake's at second, short. Everything remains the same here. First pitch in from Colson misses high. 1-0's the count.
Really wasn't that big a miss there. That kid kind of gave up on that one, but
the 1-0. As that one sails high as well. 2-0's the count, and you wonder with these long breaks in between, as cold as it is, you know.
Gonna have to warm back up. But he did put a shirt on underneath his jersey. That's new.
Yeah, not going short sleeve tonight. That one missed. 3-0's the count.
Got to find that rhythm that he had the last couple batters last inning, but that last inning took a while, so I was thinking the same thing.
In there for the ceremonial 3-0 strike one.
We're going to make T-shirts with that thing.
I don't know where I came up with that from, but it's just a thing. Foul tip down to third base line over towards us, and he's worked it to a full count.
Those last two pitches were very easy, just very good rhythm. If you can stay in that rhythm, I guess that's...
Payoff pitch. Fouls it back to stay alive. If he can get the out on the first at bat, makes you feel a little bit better about those long innings. Payoff pitch. And he'll foul that one back.
Schwartz is battling up there.
You got Colson.
Another payoff pitch coming down the pipe. And comes up empty.
Boy, there you go, 6.
One away.
It settled in for Colson through about 4 straight strikes there in that. That was good.
All right, that'll bring up number 22, the starting pitcher for Joco, as he digs in from the right side. Nobody on, 1 away. I may have to put a call into maintenance since the heat has gone out in the press box here. Swing and a miss, comes up empty 0-1.
It was so nice we walked in here. It is chilly right now.
That sun went down and 0-1. And catches the inside corner, froze him up.
Wow.
0-2's the count.
Call a strike on that one. It looked a little high there. My boy Goldberg up there looking a little confused.
The 0-2. And misses. 1-2 the count. Not a bad pitch. Tried to get him to chase. He laid off of it. The 1-2. And tap down the third base line.
It's going to be tough.
Anders scoops, throws across, and
good backup by
backup
Mason
there.
over there.
Hey, Andrew, he's that close and you don't have a play on it, just eat it, okay?
so tough throw for Ander there, but pulled Eli off the bag a little bit. Mason there to back it up. Not a bad try.
I think the only play he had was maybe to see if that thing was going foul. That was just one of those.
And there's a hump in the thing right here.
Yeah, I know.
About 3/4 of the way.
Where I guess they have it for
Right
shorter.
back to the pitcher. We're looking to. They'll go to Jake. Jake fires to first.
Done and done.
And they're out of it. Double play. We go to the top of the third. 5-1 your score. You're watching Canes Baseball here on the Two Dad Sports Network. We'll be back right after this. All right, welcome back as we go to the top of the third. 5-1 your score, leading things off this half inning. Your pitcher, number 6, Colson Gray, digs in from the right side. Number 2, Lucas Neely awaits on deck. New pitcher in for Joco.
The tall center fielder. I moved him in.
Had to break out the heater for Eli here. He was freezing.
You didn't. This is a nice heater, though.
It is. First pitch in. Misses. Looks like about a 3/4 arm slot.
It's an odd delivery. It's possible this could flummox our hitters, but see if he's got the accuracy.
That one misses. 1-0 is the count.
Yeah, it went about 54 feet.
That one misses. That reminds me, I need to check, make sure I got plenty of propane for tomorrow.
Well, it might be warm during the day. It's
Well, I'm talking about for that first
morning
game.
game is going to be tough.
The 2-0.
Well, that's 3 pitches and haven't been close on any of them, so this might not.
3-0 the count to Colson as he digs back in. Colson 0 for 0. Drew a walk his last, or maybe he was hit. I can't remember. He got hit that time.
Again.
Well, talked that one up, didn't I? So he'll trot down to first base. A little bit of a cold pop here.
He did the hit foul.
Well, 4 pitches and
For him, it was Bryson, and he's
none of them were even close to the zone, so.
And that's going to bring up number 2, Lucas Neely. Lucas's last at bat. A dying quail right down the first base line, cleared the bases.
Here you go, Lucas.
Lucas went hunting on his birthday, said he saw some deer, did not get one. So
Didn't see the monster he wanted.
didn't let him go.
Didn't see the monster. 12 points or bigger. That's all we go for. As that one misses high. 1-0's the count. And that one gets thrown over the pitcher. Davis Whitley awaits on deck. And time is called.
So 5 pitches, and that funky delivery could be effective, but shoot, he's got to control it here.
So 5-1 your score here in the top of the third. Colson Gay reached on a hit by pitch, a 3-0 hit by pitch. So that puts a runner at first, nobody outs. Lucas Neely at the plate, 1-0 the count. And number 11, Davis Whitley, rocking the short sleeves here. Mr. October and November. So after a meeting to make sure they're all on the same page, we'll get back to it here. Lucas looks down to third base line, gets his sign from Coach Neely. Colson gets it as well. First baseman holding Colson on. Colson with speed. As Lucas digs in, pitcher looks in, gets his sign. He comes set. Pitch home. That one a miss low. 2-0's the count.
That was the best pitch he's thrown, though. So perhaps the Joco coach got him to settle in.
The 2-0. Throw down to first, not in time. And that was a good scoop by the first baseman there, because if that had got away.
Going away, Eli would have been on third. That right fielder was not moving.
3-0 to count. We'll see. I imagine Lucas is taking all the way here. And he will 4-4. So he'll take the trot down the first base line. That'll move Eli over to second, Lucas to first. That's going to bring up number 11, Davis Whitley, and put number 14, Maddox Stanley, on deck.
I'm not 100% sure why they took out that last pitcher. He was pitching pretty good.
Unless they're just trying to save pitching for the entire tournament. 3-day tournament is the Winter World Series.
But if you
pitch on if you pitch today and not tomorrow, you can come back in Sunday if you don't pitch over a certain number.
Right, so if he would have just pitched today, then he could have come pitch on Sunday. You probably wouldn't want to burn him unless you want to burn him tomorrow, I suppose. But
yeah. It's all in how you play the play-in. You know, you can go in here, lose every game, getting seeded, and then you get put up against what they called the number 1 seed, but who really didn't play anybody, and then, you know, now, on the back end of that, you're battling back more games. Sure. You don't get the buys, but it's why the coaches get paid the big bucks.
Big bucks. They are very, very wealthy.
Coach Neely and Coach Phillip flew in on the Canes helicopter this afternoon, about 4:30 to the ballpark.
Just it was very, very exciting to see him get off the chopper.
Davis watches ball 3 come across head high.
I got to assume this guy's on a short leash. They're not going to let him just walk everybody.
So 1 run on by hit by pitch, one run on by one, which I guess you could call it a walk. It was a 3-0 hit by pitch. 3-0 offer. And that will be ball 4. So bases are loaded. 4, number 14, Maddox Stanley.
And here he comes. There he goes. He's got to pull in there.
Yeah, he's waiting for the runner to hit. So we are going to have a pitching change here. So we are going to step aside. And we'll let you know who the new pitcher is. Stick around. 5-1 your score. Bases juice. Top of the third. Maddox Stanley due up. Canes baseball here on the Two Dad Sports Network. All right, welcome back. New pitcher in. This will be number 9, Schwartz. He'll come in, and he has inherited bases juiced. Eli at third, Lucas at second, Davis at first. Number 14, Maddox Stanley digs in. First pitch in. Just fouled down the third baseline. I thought that was going to stay fair there for a second.
Maddox was looking to rip. Yeah. Schwartz threw nothing but balls on the warm-ups. And
he did that psyching you out there in warm-ups where they throw like 20 miles an hour and come in throwing gas.
Yes, I don't know, it wasn't gas per se, but it was at least in the zone.
The 0-1. That'll miss. That's more what we saw during warm-ups. 1-1's the count. One ball, one strike. Pitch home. Oh, he wanted that.
So we're back to the slow pitchers, though, so we gotta relax a little bit in that box.
One, two, the count. Pitch home. Ropes it down the third base line. That'll get between the 5-6 hole. Lucas is thinking about it, and they'll hold him up. So Maddox will reach. RBI single. 6-1 your score. Bases juice. That'll bring up number 12, Mason Brown. Number 7, Ander, awaits on deck. So Lucas at third, Davis at second, Maddox at first.
See if Mason Brown can stay hot after that first hit.
I can already tell you no. He's stepping in the back of the box. He needs to scoot up. Well, there he goes. Righty-lefty matchup. We'll see what happens here. Oh, got him. He foul-tipped it into the mitt. That little bit slower speed than the last pitcher he faced. Oh, one's the count. Being aggressive at the plate here. Yeah, 1. Watches that one. 1-1's the count.
We learned that he's got an injured knee.
Nah, he's all right. The 1-1. Oh, little toe tapper. That's going to be trouble. Ooh, he about.
He really threw that.
So Mason will reach on the fielder's choice, 2 away. Or 1 away, excuse me. I'm sorry. 6-1.
That was a good catch by the catcher, and he threw that hard
Yeah,
at him.
that about.
Got away.
That was about trouble there. So that'll bring up number 7, Ander Oskus, third baseman. He digs in. Bases juiced. Davis at third. Maddox at second. Mason at first. 1-0 to count. Number 1, Miller Stanley, waits on deck.
Nobody's backing him up.
1-0. Oh, called that one at the letters. That'll even the count 1-1.
Yeah.
Andrew didn't like the call either based off that facial expression.
Catcher framed that up.
Yeah.
Umpire fell for it.
The 1-1. That one a miss. 2-1's the count. Number 1, Miller Stanley here, Mr. November. Ready to get up with bases loaded. The 2-1. Comes up empty. That slower pitching just messing with the timing there.
It's kind of an undisciplined swing, though.
The 2-2. And comes up empty. 4 out, number 2. So with that, that'll bring up number 1, Miller Stanley, put at the top of the lineup. Number 5, Makai Gibbs on deck. Miller digs in from the right side. Bases juiced. Pitch home. Ropes it in between the five. Nope. Good.
Nope.
Juggle by the
Bobble.
shortstop. Throw across the field.
Yeah.
Over through first base. That'll plate 1. Miller's thinking 2. Throw to second.
That was a good
Plate,
backup. And
run scores. So 8-1 your score. We go to the bottom of the third. You're watching Canes Baseball here on the Two Dad Sports Network. We'll be back right after this. All right, welcome back. We go to the bottom of the third. 8-1 your score here in Rocky Mount Sports Complex, Field 10. Defensive alignment, everything's going to remain the same with the exception. Lucas will come in. Who went in for Lucas? I don't know.
That is Maddox out there, I think.
I can't see. He's wearing a hoodie. That one misses low and away. 1-0's the count.
That's Maddox. Miller has got the knicker pants. Whatever. He's over in. No, it's Mason and Wright.
That one in there for a strike. 1-1's the count.
Miller's right here. Next
Okay.
to us. That's Maddox.
The 1-1. Fouls that one straight back. 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes to the leadoff batter here. Pitch home. Breaking ball sails high. 2-2. The 2-2 offer. Down the third base line. Almost good hands by the third base coach there. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. The 2-2 offer. Down the third base line again, but foul. Good hands by third base coach this time. Comes up with it.
Lander and Jake better be ready. That kid's behind that fastball.
Yeah, I think he stung his hand there, too, on the swing. Cold weather, metal bats. Coming off the end of the bat there. We'll do it again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Leadoff batter here for Joco. And steps out of the way of that one. That'll work to count full. Full count, payoff pitch. Oh, and he says it missed. He'll draw the base on balls. As that one missed in the other batter's box, and we're going to have a pitching change here. Try not to overburn our starting pitcher. So we'll let you know who that is. And we'll step aside just a moment. Stick around. 8-1 your score, bottom of the third. You're watching Canes Baseball here on the Two Dad Sports Network. We'll be back right after this. All right, we go to the bottom of the third. Runner at first, 8-1 your score. New pitcher in, Miller Stanley. And so that'll be the game for Colson Gray. Colson will finish the day out 2 innings pitched, 2 hits, 1 run, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, 43 pitches, 24 with strikes, 10 batters faced. Be a 54-foot mound.
We think.
Ish.
We think it is. I'm not. It doesn't look that. Does it look short?
I don't know. Something looks off about it, and that one takes a bad hop at third. So he'll reach on the error. That'll put a runner at first and second. Nobody out here in the bottom of the third. And Miller's going to ask for a new baseball. That one's got a bite in it, it looks like.
Don't give up the line right here, okay? No double down the line. Play the line and play deeper, okay?
So after a new baseball comes in, runners at first and second. Nobody out here in the bottom of the third. Number 12 digs in from the right side.
Hey, touch 3, go 1.
Miller looks in, gets his sign, checks the runner at second. Davis checking on him. He'll bounce off. That's in the dirt. Good stop by Bryson behind the plate. 1-0's the count.
Good block by Bryson there. Green ripped it between third and short last time.
The 1-0.
Good block again, but that
That'll
one got away.
kick away. So runners will advance into scoring position at second and third. 2-0 to count. Tough to come in with runners on. Tough to come in this cold temperature as well, trying to stay warm. The 2-0. That'll miss outside. 3-0 the count.
Hey, just settle down, settle down.
3-0 hitters count here. Pitch home. That's in there for the ceremonial 3-0 strike one.
That's a trademark Chris Brown.
The 3-1. That'll miss low, and bases are juiced here in the bottom of the third.
Hey, you're fine. Settle in right here.
Actually doesn't hurt too much there. Sets up the force.
Hey,
Also, kid had the one good hit they've had, so.
Middle, turn it.
Anders, you hear me? Shoot 4.
So middle infield plays back, looking to turn 2. Miller comes set. Pitch home. Fouled back. 0-1 to count. The 0-1 offer. Deep into left field. Maddox ranging back, makes the grab. Runner will tag. He thought about it and holds up.
Great job.
Great play by Maddox.
It's a bad base running error on that third base, or the guy on third. He needed to be on the base when Maddox got that ball.
Hey, 1
Hey,
down.
same thing.
I don't mean to pick, but that's a mental error.
So 1 away. That'll bring up the lefty.
Although Maddox has a cannon out there. He got that in quick.
Middle infield still playing back, looking to turn 2. Pitch home. Swings, comes up empty. 0-1's the count.
Davis came to second last time.
Jake and Davis, middle infielders, playing back. The 0-1. And that'll miss low. That'll even count 1 ball, 1 strike.
Looked like a good pitch. Yeah, maybe a little low.
Yeah. I don't have a side camera angle to. Pops it up. That's going to be out of play. That's going to work to count 1-2.
Get it right here, Miller.
I tell you, there is a bright side to this. We don't have the second game tonight.
Oh, but I didn't know there was a second.
There's another game after
glad.
these games. Yeah, there's 2 games tonight.
Well,
The 1-2. And goes down looking.
2 down.
Big out.
Ander, regular depth. Don't hold the runner right here, okay? All right, don't hold him. Just play for the out.
So with 2 away and bases juiced, that's going to bring up Number 2 to the plate. He's 0 for 0 on the day. Righty-righty matchup. Miller gets down to business. Swing and a miss, comes up empty. 0-1's the count.
Dave, it's coming to you.
The 0-1. Missed inside. 1-1's the count. Long look in by Miller here. As he comes set, the 1-1 offer. Swing and a miss.
Get ahead.
1-2. Batter digs back in. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bases juiced, 2 away. Miller steps off. Bit of a shadow there trying to see the sign. The 1-2 offer. And fouls it back. Stay alive.
Got a piece there, just a piece.
Raised his eye level, got him to chase, and he was able to get a piece of it. So 1 ball, 2 strikes here. Batter digs in.
2 down, boys.
Runners with their leads. Miller comes set. The 1-2. And comes up empty for out number 3. They leave 3 stranded. 8-1 your score. We go to the top of the 4th. You're watching Canes Baseball here on the Two Dad Sports Network. We'll be back right after this. All right, welcome back to Rocky Mount. We go to the top of the 4th. Temperatures drop to about 70 degrees. 8-1 your score here. Top of the lineup, number 5, Makai Gibbs digs in. 0 for 2 so far on the night, looking for a breakout. And the pitch home.
There it is.
There it is right there. Base hit. That'll drop. Makai's on the board.
Over his head, bounced over his head.
And Makai's going 2, and he's got speed. He's got to get there. And in there for the double. Well, single with air, but we're going to call it a double. That's what he needed right there. Finally got a smile out of Makai.
Just got to keep our head on the ball. That's it. That's our secret. Find the fastball, get our head on it, and we're gonna eat.
Yeah, he put that one right in the zone, and he got all of it there. So that'll bring up number 13, Jake Zambardino, your shortstop, and number 10, Eli Suggs, your first baseman, awaits on deck.
Makai's runs big. It puts us up 8 if he can score, which is the run rule in the 4th. if we don't give up any more runs.
Yeah. I thought it was 10 after 4.
I've been told it's 8 after 4 and 8 after 5. It was 12. That's what I've been told.
Okay, we'll go with it. No balls, 1 strike. And that one catches for a strike. 0-2 to count. Jake digs back in. I think that one caught the top part of the zone. We'll give it to him. The 0-2.
Yep.
Pops up right field. Right fielder makes a couple steps to his right. He'll make the grab. Mackay says, I'm coming. A little stumble there. He's got to slide in, and he makes it on the tag up from second.
Probably needed to tag or slide there. A little bit closer than he thought it was coming, man.
Mama said, I ain't washing that uniform again for tomorrow. You better not get dirty.
Hey, that's a smart move. You don't want to get yelled at by Mom.
So that'll bring up the first baseman, number 10, Eli Suggs. He digs in from the right side. Runner threatening. 90 feet away. Pitcher takes a look at him. Third baseman holding him on.
We're finding the limitations of the BB Core bats here because both of them both hit pretty well, and they didn't seem to go.
And it is cold.
That's true.
Cold BB Core does not mix. You're not going to see any 300 smokes. Oh.
But Eli wanted to show us.
Man,
he wanted to show us on that one.
Phillip down the first base line. That's a dad look right there.
Well.
Chased one high, came up empty. 1-1's the count. Bryson Nelson awaits on deck. Oh, off speed, fouls it back, and finds himself in a 1-2 hole. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. So he takes the swing, steps back in from the right side. Pitcher looks in, has got his sign. Mackay dancing off the third. Pitch home, sails high. He laid off that one. 2-2's the count.
That was a little too far for him to swing at, I think. He was not fooled by that one. He had to lay off that one in his eyes, though.
The 2-2 offer. Breaking ball drops in, but drops high, and he's worked it to a full count.
That was a good layoff. That's the pitch he likes to swing at right there.
Yeah.
That was a little bit lower.
So full count. 1 away, payoff pitch coming down the pipe. And he'll draw the base on balls after coming up from an 0-2 count. And that'll put runners on the corners for number 3, your catcher, Bryson Nelson.
Well, I know Eli's not happy about the walk or the sack fly today, but it'll find his groove in a later
Runners
game.
On the corners. Coach giving the signs. Bryson digging in. Number 6, the starting pitcher, Colson Gay, awaits on deck. Pitcher comes set. Pick over to first, not in time. Eli just about took off. He lays off of it.
Interesting.
Bryson looking for his first pitch of the at-bat. Long look in from the pitcher. Comes set. Picks to first, not in time.
They like to worry about the trailing runners.
Bryson still looking for his first pitch. Here it is. That sails high, pulls it back, throw down to third, and he makes it back. Eli with the stolen base. So runners in scoring position for Bryson, 1-0 to count.
Ooh.
And he was swinging for the fence there. Comes up empty, 1-1.
Looked like he took a little off that. Might have fooled Bryson.
Bryson batting from the back part of the box. The 1-1.
There it is.
That'll be between the 5-6 hole. That'll play 1 run. And Eli will hold up. An RBI single.
Hey, running for the catcher, running for the catcher.
And that'll send Jake out to first, take over running duties for Bryson for the catcher.
Big run. See if we can hold him here.
With one away, that'll bring up the starting pitcher, number 6, Colson Gay. Number 2, Lucas Neely awaits on deck. Jake gets a good lead at first. Pitcher looking in, getting his sign. Long look in, he's got what he wants. Pitch home. Sells high, runner's gone, throw down to third. Back in plenty of time.
They keep trying to get us on some third base sleepy stuff, but I think we're not falling for it.
So runners in scoring position again, 1-0 the count. Misses top part of the zone, 2-0's the count. Middle infield playing, well, second baseman's playing straight up. Shortstop shaded to the left, looking for the pull. Big gap between the 4-3 hole.
Well, so far all they know about Colson is he takes pitches in the back, so I mean.
And he'll watch ball 3 come across. He'll be taking here 100%. Unless Coach Neely gives him the green light. We'll see what happens here. 3-0. And he'll take ball 4. And bases are juiced for number 2, Lucas Neely. Neely, who is 2 for 2 on the day.
Joco likes to alter the pitchers, man, I guess. No, they're going to, I think he's going to stay.
And let's see what's going to happen here. Coaches are.
I think they're keeping him in there.
Umpire came out. I don't know why. I think he's measuring the pitching mound.
I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, he's.
I think I'm going to go march it off after this to see. I don't know if that seems weird because it doesn't look.
It looks pretty close to me.
It looks right to me. But there are markings out there because this field is used for other distances.
All right, so we'll stick with the pitcher. All right, we're back to it. Lucas Neely's going to dig in. He's got bases juiced. Eli Suggs at third, Jake Zambardino at second, and Colson Gay at first. Lucas digs in. Number 11, Davis Whitley awaits on deck. Pitch home. And he was wanting it, fouls it back. 0-1's the count.
Lucas always has the best facial expressions up there.
The 0-1. Barrels it up deep into center field. Center fielder makes the out of the glove. They got to go. Everybody will go station to station on that, as everybody had to hold up. And Lucas on, I hate to do it to him, reached on air.
Well, that's what, I mean, they did drop it, I guess.
10-1 your score here in the top of the 4th. That'll bring up Mr. November, number 11, Davis Whitley, rocking the T-shirt, no sleeves. One away.
What he's not showing you is the tattoo he's got on his shoulder.
Jake at third, Colson at second, Lucas at first. Pitch home. Right up the middle. They're going to look to turn 2. Bobbles it. Got the out at second. Plates a run. So fielder's choice. 11-1 your score here. That'll bring up number 14, Maddox Stanley with 2 away. Maddox digs in from the right side. Runners on the corners. 2 away. Righty-righty matchup here. Third baseman Holden Colson He's gone down to third base line, out of the glove.
That is a fair ball.
That was a heads-up play by Colson. Great base running.
That was. He was going back. Just happened to be there, so that was good, and didn't get caught.
Well, and what it did,
So it
made that third baseman check. You know, normally you come up third to first, get the final out. That'll bring up Mason Brown, steps in from the left side, bases juice, 2 away. Down for a base hit. They're going to send one. Mr. November's coming. Throw at the plate. He's in there. And 2 more runs score. 13-1 your score now. And Davis comes up limping a little bit there. I think he took a hard hit. And that's going to bring up Ander to the plate. I think he slid into the catcher there is what happened.
He said he's okay. Just a little awkward.
I think it's the slide there. Looking at the slide, he come up a little gingerly there. That'll bring up Ander Havaskas. He digs in from the left side. Miller Stanley awaits on deck.
See if Ander can keep his head on the ball here.
Nope. And comes up empty. 0-1's the count. Pitcher looks in. 0-1 the count. 2 away. Runners at second and third. Pitch home. And comes up empty. 0-2.
He's in a.
It's all mental for him at this point. It's in his head.
I'm probably not helping, so.
The 0-2. Runners at second and third. Maddox at third. Mason at second. The 0-2 offer. Pops it up out of play. He'll live to see another one. Looking around the ballpark, a lot of glow of the heaters all around the ballpark here.
That's true.
It's like a bunch of cell phone lights at a concert. The 0-2 offer. And lays off that one. 1-2 the count. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch home. And he'll go down looking. They push some more across. 13-1 your score. We go to the bottom of the 4th. You're watching Canes Baseball here on the Two Dad Sports Network. We'll be back right after this. All right, welcome back. We go to the bottom of the fourth. 13-1 your score. And defensively, your infield remains the same. Miller still towing the rubber for the Canes. Number 13 digs in for Joco. First pitch in. Fouled back for a strike. 0-1's the count.
Well,
Lucas goes back out to left field. Mackay literally dancing in center, trying to stay warm. And Mason in right.
Joco trying to avoid the run rule here, but we are butted up against time as well.
I think we got, 10 minutes left in this game. The 0-1. And he went around on it. Yes, he did. 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Leadoff batter for Joco here. Number 13 digs back in. Righty-righty matchup here. Pitch home. And that'll miss, low and away. 1-2's the count. Miller's got his sign. He comes set. The 1-2 offer. Oh, nice breaking ball.
Great pitch, one.
That was nasty.
Kid didn't.
That
he
just
ran
locked
in.
his
He's like,
knees
yeah,
up.
that struck me out. I'm out of here.
That was a good pitch. So that'll bring up number 30 for Joco. He digs in, 1 away, nobody on here in the bottom of the fourth. Another righty-righty matchup. Pitch home. Same pitch. Just stay right there with that one. That thing is breaking. It's the cold air.
The cold air is biting it.
Causing it to break so bad. I don't know if y'all can see that on the stream, but we're looking at it from an angle, and it is just nasty tearing. That one misses the upper part of the zone. 1-1's the count. One ball, 1 strike. Pitch home. Tried it again. It dropped in there again. 1-2's the count.
He's a curveball maestro.
I mean, it just comes in top of the zone, and I mean, it just falls in across the shoulders. The 1-2.
Did it again.
Down the first base line. Foul. Threw it again. That one didn't have as much bite to it. Let's see what they go back to with here. Pitch number 25 for Miller. The 1-2. And blows it by him. Back-to-back strikeouts, 2 away. So with that, that'll bring up number 9, your relief pitcher for Joco. 2 away. Bottom of the fourth, nobody on. 13-1 your score. Miller toes the rubber. Swartz digs in from the right side. Righty-righty matchup. Pitch home. Goes back to that thing, breaking ball. It just missed that time. That's the first ball he's thrown with that pitch. The 1-0. Sells high, 2-0 to count.
Joco down to their last out here.
The 2-0 offer. Pops it up left field. Lucas will range to his right, and he'll make the grab for out number 3.
And Miller closes her out with a nice effective showing. They're striking everybody out and a pop-up to end the game.
So with that, that will end the game on a 10-run rule technically. Time was expiring as well. So with that, we'll be back tomorrow morning bright and early. It's going to be cold. 8 o'clock start time. Boys have to be here at 7. Tonight your Canes are coached by Coach Neely and Coach Phillip. Chad on the game changer. Jim on the books. I'm Chris, here alongside with
Eli Havascos, thank you very much for having me.
We'll see you. Goodbye, everybody.